Okay, I'm back. Guess who's back? Back again. All right. I wanted to first say sorry, you guys. My name of my channel changed. It was an accidental thing. I was messing around with different names and I don't know why I clicked OK or whatever it was. So for now, the name of my channel is At the End of the Day. So yes, that that is the name of my channel, which I kind of like it because it's like, that's my way of thinking. At the end of the day, can you lay your head down at night and feel good about yourself? Houston girl called. Oh, the car was found, not the... Well, I came on last night on the live video we were on. We were discussing some crime cases, right? And one of them we were talking about was the case of Maleah Davis. And I think it was Lisa Avery took a lot of time and wrote in the comments. She explained the case a little bit. So I'm going to read pretty much her comment, and then I also did a little research myself and found out a little bit more information. So Maleah Davis, 4-year-old, she's a 4-year-old girl. Her stepdad claimed Hispanic men knocked him out and took Maleah. She had undergone brain surgery and there was suspected abuse. She had to wear a helmet. Part of her skull had been removed and her brain needed to be protected. She was taking seizure medication. The mother was flying back from a funeral, so the stepdad, his 2-year-old son, and Maleah were on their way to the airport to pick the mother up. There has been ongoing searches for Maleah, putting up flyers and whatever else. I guess now there is CCTV footage of the stepdad going into their apartment with bleach, trash bags, a laundry basket, carrying out the laundry basket with a trash bag in it. Now, I remember seeing a picture of that somewhere. And I was like, oh my gosh, what's this about? And I meant to go back and look at it, but now I know what it is. The stepdad is now wanted for the questioning, but is on the run. The mother has finally turned over the texts of their recent fight. She did the usual fake crying on camera. They suspect that the stepdad is being aided by family members. Someone is helping him hide. It's no longer considered a missing persons case. The mother of Maleah, her name is Brittany Bowens, said through a spokesman that her boyfriend was responsible for her disappearance. Community activist Quennell X spoke on behalf of Brittany Bowens, accusing Darian Vence of harming the girl Friday. Quennell X said video shot by a neighbor shows Vence walking in and out of their apartment with multiple bottles of bleach before Maleah was reported missing. Quote, "There's a lot that hasn't come out, that's for sure," end quote, the spokesman said. He said the video also shows Vence walking out with a garbage bag stuffed into a laundry basket. Quote, "It captures the stepdad coming out of the apartment with a bottle of Clorox, a laundry basket, and inside the basket, a garbage bag," end quote, the man said. When he spoke to the mother, he told her he was, when Devian, whatever his name is, the stepdad, when he had spoken to the mother, he told her he was cleaning up the apartment, but he went and bought an extra bottle of Clorox and came back. Quennell X said Bowens also claims Vence abused Maleah, according to the station. She failed to speak up out of fear, he said. Texas child welfare workers investigated Bowens and Vence for child abuse after Maleah suffered a head wound, the station reported. Maleah and her brothers lived in a foster home for 6 months while the allegations were investigated, and they were returned in February. Vence reported Maleah missing Saturday, saying she had been abducted by men in a pickup. He said he and his 2-year-old son were also abducted, but that they were later freed. Vence said it happened on his way to the airport to meet Bowens, the mother of Maleah, and that the abductors stole his vehicle. That vehicle was later found in the Houston suburb of Missouri City, police said Thursday. Okay, so this is an update, May 11th update. Authorities say that the story has changed several times. The mother, Brittany Bowens, who did not want to believe by any stretch of the imagination that the girl's stepfather, Maleah's stepfather, might have been involved in the child's disappearance. She now tells news outlets she believes he bears some responsibility. You think? It has been 1 week since anyone has seen Maleah Davis. Here's what we know about the case. Stepfather says he was attacked and abducted. So he told police he, Maleah, and Maleah's 1-year-old brother were driving to George Bush Intercontinental Airport in North Houston to pick up Maleah's mother, Brittany Bowens, who had been in Massachusetts. Vence said he heard a popping noise, thinking it was a tire. He stopped to check. A blue pickup truck then pulled up behind his car, and 2 Hispanic men got out. One of the men said, quote, "Maleah looks very nice, looks very sweet," end quote, Vence told the police. That's when the other man hit Vence in the head, and Vence blacked out. He said that at some point he was going in and out of consciousness, but he was aware of being in the back of a pickup with both children and 3 Hispanic men. So that would have had to mean 2 of the men came out. One of them was talking about how sweet Maleah was. The other one hits him in the head, and there's still one in the pickup truck. When Vence came to, he said Maleah was gone. He said he didn't fully regain consciousness until the next day. At about 6 p.m. Saturday, he awoke to find himself and the boy on Highway 6 in Sugarland, southwest of Houston. Maleah was gone. Vence then walked to a nearby hospital and was treated. An off-duty officer noticed that Vence had fresh wounds. Police issued an Amber Alert for Maleah on Sunday. Quote, "I realize there's a lot of blanks in this story," end quote, Sergeant Mark Holbrook of the Houston Police Department's Homicide Division told reporters. Then it's under allegations of abuse. Maleah and her 2 brothers were taken from their home and placed with a relative after allegations of abuse last year. The Texas Department of Family and Protective Services reported. Bowens, the mother, said the children had not been abused and that Maleah's head injury, which led to the allegations, was only discovered after a number of hospital visits. Maleah was first treated for a strange lethargy, and a week later, she fell and cut her head while sitting at a table. The doctors just discharged Maleah without performing a CT scan, the mom said. Maleah had a seizure 5 days later, and that's when doctors discovered bleeding on the left side of her brain and operated on her. Child Protective Services showed up a few days later. The mother said, quote, "They didn't find anything because we're not those kinds of people," end quote. But authorities soon placed Maleah and her 2 brothers with relatives where they stayed until a judge ordered them to be returned home in February. And then, so this is what happens after that. What's kind of scary, you guys? I don't know if you're aware of this, but do you remember that whole incident in Haiti where somebody was caught trying to traffic out 33 children? And you know how that was Laura Silsby, worked for Hillary Clinton, right? Well, Laura Silsby now is either ahead of or way up there working for the Amber Alert system. I'm telling you, there's so many abduction cases going on. It's really scary. But I'm telling you, a lot of this, maybe not this case necessarily, but I guarantee you a lot of it is tied to these evil, evil people who are trying to get children. And they're getting desperate. I mean, there's so many children going missing. It just,